some more astral traveling, and I tried to record it, but it only got 13 minutes, and that was literally of just me sitting up, so I have to try to tell you what I remember quickly. So at first, I wanted to get to a particular place, and I got there, but when I got there, it was a different memory than what I had remembered, like completely different. And I literally was just like, no. I think I even said this a lot. I was like, whomever's trying to fuck with my memories, yeah, GTFO, because that's bull. And I might not remember everything, but I don't not like just completely make things up, you know? And it was funny because as soon as I said that, I just felt so fucking powerful, and I just started saying even more aloud, like, I am powerful. I am not feeling guilty. I don't give a crap. I'm not scared. I am safe. I am fearful, courageous. I can stomp whatever is trying to stomp me. And literally, I just started feeling like all of these releases of like feeling like actual attachments and stuff on me. You know what I mean? Like I could feel the release of those coming off of my body. And my skin like literally loosening up to the point where it was like a complete difference. Feeling like how thankful I was for this opportunity and the chance that I even was able to like get and stay awake long enough to recount anything, you know, other than like the original initial few minutes. And I don't know. So after that initial scene, it was like that was my initiation to like pass go or whatever, to make sure I didn't have fear. And I've had a few of those experiences. And this time, not only did I pass it, but like I stayed in for a long time. So right after that, I start seeing like this group of people surrounding like basically this tiny little circle, which I was in the middle of the circle. And there's just crowds everywhere, all the way up high, and it's just everywhere, right? And it doesn't feel like any time within the last, couple thousand years, but it looks like this elf being on a throne. And at first it looked like a man with long hair that was blonde, but then it kind of turned into a woman. So it was like the elf had the ability to go between its masculine and feminine form at any time. And so anyway, I'm standing there in front of this elf on a throne who looks amazing, like just divine. And he or she starts speaking and saying, there are times such as these where both sides come together and partner together in order to protect certain divine destinies. Oy. Okay, so then And I could just like feel the power around me. And it was like, then like when I like looked out at the circle, like it wasn't just like a crowd of people. It was like every single being that one would imagine is just surrounding me in this circle and this elfin king or queen or both. And they're talking about divine destinies and how they're all there to protect me. Or you. And then it kind of cuts from that scene to I'm just going, and like it feels like I'm like on some kind of like transportation vehicle or whatever, vehicle or horse or whatever, right? But I'm like back in like a foresty garden, like the Garden of Eden. And it's just going through all these landscapes and all these different fucking flowers, and it's just gorgeous. It's like the Amazon and kings meet. Back in like medieval times. Because every so often you're going through this greenery, you'll come across some stonery that's carved in, and like the flowers are all like in sort of like different patterns, and then you come across this cemetery, and the cemetery is like spiral. And it's just gorgeous. It's just like something you would never see. And when you're looking at the greenery, it's not just like green, flat, or green, a little bit of wavy. Like it's like they carved the bushes to make roads and carriages, and then mixed in with that is like stone castle walls and shit that are like attached to the mountains. And then when you get past this like good portion of greenery and different types of greenery and shit too, like every single inch of that greenery you were all struck on, right? But then you get to this point where you're like coming off of the greenery, and as you're going around the corner, you look out, and it's this like river, but river is just not even magnificent as what I want to describe. It's just like this, like think like Niagara Falls, but a million times better. And then it's like sky up top, river or whatever, and then castle walls of like castles inside like the earth, but not the earth. It's like a cave walls, but look like medieval freaking castles. And as I start to describe this, I'm saying about how it feels like home, like this is my home, and I feel like I just want to like cry, like I'm home, you know, this is my home. And it's not like this is my home but nobody's here either. This is my home, and even though I might not have a mother or father or brother or sister here, We all love each other like that. It's nothing but this unconditional love until it became sadness. And then somewhere right in this area is where I say, I see a bunch of what looks like huge dragon feet just stacked all the way up into the sky. And then you start to feel the pain from both sides. Whatever that was, that the dragons ended up there with just their feet. And the pain just takes over. And then I go into like a light language. But it was like a moany, crying frequency. And then from there, I start to feel different aspects of myself integrate from that time frame, from that life that I had lived, of wherever I'm describing, right? And I could feel the parts of me that had broken there come back into fullness. It's part of the astral traveling right before I ultimately got kicked out of it because I got distracted. I was talking about how I could feel parts of myself integrating from back then back into my body now. So parts of me that I had lost because of trauma and whatever came back into my body. And then I said, I feel as if I'm standing there as a person. And every mother that has ever lived, ever been in being, started to attach to my body. So it'd be as different physical bodies of women who are mothers attached to me. So I'd be standing there, and then the next one would get sewed onto me, and then sewed onto me, and sewed onto me. And then I said, and basically I just became this entity of mothers and all of their pain combined into this one entity that became a bird that was huge and fucking terrifying. And then I woke up.